Okay, everybody. So this is involved. This is really involved. So you kind of have to pay close attention. Lots of ifs and for loops and all kind of stuff. So what I'm doing is, let me show you. So as I'm moving around the universe that I've created here, right? I just want the trees that are nearby to register in my little index that's printing up on the screen there. Okay. Because each one of those is then going to be assigned to a key that you hit to interact with the world. Okay, so as I move out a distance, the trees disappear. As I move back, the trees come into play. Okay, now the way I did this was, let's see, where does it start? So each time through the render loop, excuse me, you set there's a temporary unsigned integer array called temp object that gets set to that index array of the trees as it's scanning. It scans through all the trees, and if the distance is less than 5, it puts it in a temporary array. Okay, so now, and it also increments this variable, how many are close. Okay, so if that is set to 0 after that's done, then it just wipes them all out. They're all set to this temporary 1,000, since we're only creating 500 objects. And it's an unsigned integer, so a -1 is not possible. Anyway, so I set it to 1,000. 1,000 means that it's not one of the 500, so it's not between 0 and 499. Okay, and it just zeroes out. There's only 20 keys, so it zeroes them all out to 1,000. Now, if it's not 0, if there's 1 or up to 20 or even more, then it goes into here. So it loops through the persistent array, okay, with user input keys bound to the object indices, and eliminates objects that are not close. The first thing it does is set an Boolean to false. It loops through the 20, and if there's an equivalence between a temporary object and a key input key, then it says it's already true, and then it skips this. Okay, because this says if it's not already, so if it's still false, then it loops through all of them, and if there's an open key that's set to 1,000, then it sets that key to the temporary object index, and that tree index is marked. Now, the other thing that needed to happen is you loop again through the persistent user interaction array, okay, just temp keys, and eliminate those objects that are not nearby. So you just checked all the nearby objects to see if it was in the user interaction array. Now you're checking the user interaction array to see if they're nearby. So I used another Boolean, is nearby still. Okay, so if this is not 1,000, then it loops through all of them to see if there's an equivalence between what's in the user interaction array and the nearby objects. If there is, it says is nearby still. Okay, if it's not nearby still, then set it to 1,000. Finally, loop through the persistent user interaction array, print the results to the screen. And the result is this. It works. So now I just have to set up the user interaction in the input function, and then probably what I'm going to do first is change the texture ID of a tree. Like these trees will be assigned to keys, and the key will be persistently assigned to that tree until it goes out of range, and then that key will be open again for another tree to come in range and be assigned to that key. That's how I'm going to do my first iteration of user interaction, and I think that's going to make it kind of fun. So anyway, stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. I kind of breezed through this to make it a quick video, so I hope it was pretty clear to everybody, but there was a lot to it. This took me about half an hour while I'm waiting for my food to cook. So anyways, see you next time.